and an ailment, and no doubt Allah has sent down the shifa, the cure, and the cure of the ruqya, and the various types of permissible forms of treatment are of various types. So the first type is the ruqya. So the Shaykh explains each of the types. The first type is the ruqya, and this ruqya is anything which is recited over upon one upon whom magic is done from the Book of Allah. So for example, Surah Al-Fatiha is recited over him, or over her, because it's from the greatest forms of ruqya. And likewise, the verses in the Quran which are in relation to magic and the falsification of magic, those verses in the Quran that are on this subject, then they too should be recited. And then Shaykh actually gives the examples. He says, for example, from Surah Al-A'raf, and in fact all of these verses are in relation to Musa alayhi salam and the magicians of Fir'aun. So Allah says, وَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَى مُوسَى أَنْ أَلْقِ عَصَاكَ فَإِذَا هِيَ تَلْقَفُ مَا يَأْفِكُونَ فَوَقَعَ الْحَقُّ وَبَطَلَ مَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ فَغُلِبُوا هُنَالِكَ وَانْقَلَبُوا صَاغِرِينَ وَأُلْقِيَ السَّحَرَةُ سَاجِدِينَ قَالُوا آمَنَّا بِرَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ رَبِّ مُوسَى وَهَارُونَ. This is in Surah Al-A'raf, verses 118 to 122. And the translation of this is that we revealed to Musa, or we inspired to Musa, that you should throw down your staff, and it will swallow up whatever they falsify. So then the truth was established, and whatever they used to work of falsehood was nullified. And so there they became they were overcome, and they became belittled. And so then the magicians, meaning the magicians of Pharaoh, who were defeated here, they were defeated, and they became small. They went down in prostration, and they said, "We believe in the Lord of the worlds, the Lord of Musa and Harun." Right. So here is an indication of magic being defeated in this situation. Likewise in Surah Yunus, the same thing. قال موسى ما جئتم به السحر إن الله سيبطله إن الله لا يصلح عمل المفسدين ويحق الله الحق بكلماته ولو كره المجرمون. So Musa said regarding what they have brought of magic, that indeed Allah will falsify it and nullify it. Indeed Allah does not make the work of the mischief makers to be correct, or He does not allow it to prosper. And indeed Allah will establish the truth by His speech, by His words, even if the sinners and the criminals dislike it. Surah Yunus, verse 82. And likewise in Surah Taha, Allah says, again speaking about Musa, وَأَلْقِ مَا فِي يَمِينِكَ تَلْقَفْ مَا صَنَعُوا إِنَّمَا صَنَعُوا كَيْدُ سَاحِرٍ وَلَا يُفْلِحُ السَّاحِرُ حَيْثُ أَتَى فَأُلْقِيَ السَّجَرَةُ سُجَّدًا قَالُوا آمَنَّا بِرَبِّ هَارُونَ وَمُوسَى. So Allah says, throw that which is in your right hand, meaning the staff, and it will swallow that which they have worked, meaning of their magic, of their supposed magic. Indeed, they have only worked the plot of a magician, and the magician will never prosper no matter what he brings or how skilled he is in whatever he brings. So then the magicians, meaning magicians of Pharaoh, they fell down in prostration and they said, "We believe in the Lord of Harun and Musa." Surah Taha, verses 69 to 70. So all of these verses in these surahs, Al-A'raf, Surah Yunus and Surah Taha, a Raqi, the one who is performing the ruqyah, he recites them upon the one upon whom the magic is done, but he recites them with the presence of the heart. Right? So he's just not reciting them with his mouth, with his tongue, and then his heart is elsewhere. With the presence of the heart, and with tawakkul upon Allah, and having a good opinion regarding Allah, meaning having an optimistic outlook and having a good opinion of Allah, and believing that Allah will cure this person. Right? So this is how it should be recited. And likewise, the marid, the one who is ill, and the one upon whom the recitation is being done, he likewise should believe this aqidah. He should anticipate and hope in the cure from Allah, and he should hold firm to Allah and places reliance upon Him, and believe that in the speech of Allah there is a cure. And so when all of these factors are present, and when all of this direction and turning to Allah is present, meaning believing in this belief and having tawakkul upon Allah on behalf of both the one who is doing the ruqyah and the one upon whom ruqyah is being done, when all of these things are present, then the Shaykh says that the result will be attained without any doubt and without any doubt. The Shaykh says that the only reason why the result which is hoped for, the only reason why it doesn't occur is when you find that these factors are absent. Right? For example, when the belief of a person isn't there, or when his heart is not fully present. Then the Shaykh moves on to the second affair, which is the ta'awwudat, meaning treating magic by way of the various forms of seeking refuge which are found in the Sunnah and the Messenger ﷺ. There are many narrations in which the Messenger ﷺ uses certain supplications which entail a seeking of refuge with Allah or by way of the speech of Allah. Then the Shaykh gives some examples. He gives numerous examples, and from them is the saying of the Messenger ﷺ, "U'idhuka bi kalimatillahi tammati min sharri ma khalaq." That I seek refuge for you by way of the perfect words of Allah from the evil of whatever He has created. And likewise, أعيذك بكلمات الله التامة من كل شيطان وهامة ومن كل عين لامة. Similar meaning, that I seek refuge for you by way of the perfect words of Allah from every devious shaitan and from every blameful eye. And likewise, the Shaykh goes on to bring some more. From them is the ruqyah of Jibreel alayhi salam upon the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In the name of Allah, do I perform ruqyah upon you from every ailment that harms you, from the evil of every soul, and from the envious eye. May Allah cure you. And likewise, another supplication: Bismillah, adhabil ba'as, rabbin nas, washfihi anta shafi, la shifa'a illa shifa'uk, shifa'un la yughadiru saqma. That in the name of Allah, O Allah, remove this harm, O Lord of the worlds, and cure him, for indeed you are the shafi, you are the curer. There is no cure except your cure, a cure which does not leave any illness except that it removes it. And likewise, another narration: ربنا الله الذي في السماء تقدس اسمك. O our Lord who is above the heaven, may your name be sanctified. Your command, your affair is in the heaven and the earth, just like your mercy, and just like your mercy is in the heaven, then place your mercy likewise upon the earth. Forgive for us our mistakes and sins. You are the Lord of the good people. Make your mercy to descend. Make mercy from your mercy to descend, and healing from your healing upon this ill person, and then it will be cured by the permission of Allah. So these are some examples of what we find in the Sunnah. There are many others, but the likes of these things can be used as well. So you have ruqyah first of all, which are reciting those verses in the Quran, like al-Fatiha, Ayatul Kursi, and other than them, and especially those verses which speak about the magic and the falsification of that magic. And then the ta'awwudat, like these likes of supplications in the Sunnah, which have the seeking of refuge with Allah and with His perfect words. And then the third type is the adawiyya, the various supplications which are just generally permissible in the Sunnah. And so the Shaykh then says this is the third type of affair that can be used. And so he says that there are found many permissible types of supplications by which if used, then Allah will remove the magic. And these supplications are known by those who are people of experience and the people of a sound aqidah, people who have insight and intelligence in regarding these affairs. And when they apply all of these things together, then by Allah's permission, the magic will be seized. And all of this alongside remembrance of Allah, the person remembering Allah, and ta'awwuz, meaning what's already preceded, and with the ruqyah, from reciting the Quran. And so when a person brings all of these things together,